they can rush the 1-1, but then it might end up becoming the same story if you can't build around it well.
The mid lane is a possibility. I think with the 1-1, if they decide to rush it, there are still some utility junglers out there they can put on the front side, the Fredrin, things like that. I almost feel like if they wanted to go the Fairness last game, a Fredrin would have been a bit better. They go for the 1-1 up front. Team Spirit now with the response. Do they just pick up the Phoveus again? And Phoveus mid lane? Phoveus Jushin just back-to-back? It's comfort for them?
Yeah, Phoveus Jushin, or I feel like Phoveus Farsa could be good alternatives as well. But they go for the CC for Kid Bomba. They want that priority for Kid. And of course, CC over Phoveus.
Dude, that's crazy. So they lock in the CC. I like the fact that Kid Bomba has that paper in front of his mouth just to try and so that they don't read, the opponents don't read what he is saying.
Maybe it's loud in there. Maybe it's loud in there. You
They're
know?
wearing headsets. Also, to be fair, Kid Bomba's on the side of the table that's closest to the side of Onic, because right with how it's set up, see, it's very close to where Kirk is.
Right? It's so wild. It's so wild. But wow. Okay. No, wait. Huh?
With the phone?
Why? Why?
Romarlot?
Why?
But yeah, show both. This is Gideon hates this for the viewers that don't know. His skin's crawling right now.
Mainly because the question is why. It's not like it's a strong synergy. It also reveals immediately what you're. I mean, it reveals exactly what you want to do, unless we are seeing CC go into the gold lane, which I don't think is likely at all in this particular case. So I don't value it as much.
And there's also a low percentage that Arlot's going to get banned in second phase. Like, you could honestly pick that up at any point after you've gotten the CC, or you could just pick it up front. But hey, Team Spirit's up a game right now, so we'll see what they do. Fredrin, Selena on the side on the PH. So there's the Fredrin that I was talking about to put in front of the 1-1. I think it's clean overall. Team Spirit on their last pick.
There we go.
They lock? Okay.
Yep.
So there's three tanky boys.
Yeah, so I really like, the Arlot, I feel like that's them trying to avoid that Arlot Fredrin combo. Something that has done incredibly well at MSC. Yes, I'm a bit 50-50 on it, but let's look at where Onic PH drafted. So they pick up the Fredrin still, okay. They pick up the Selena. Still going up against the Akai, Arlot, CC. This Selena might have been a little bit, how do I say this, premature in being showed. I feel like a different mid laner could have come in.
I suppose this is just so weird to me, right? Okay, so yes, I agree that the Arlen as well as Akai is a pretty decent combo, and I think the Akai is a good response to the Fredrin. The blind pick Selena, the blind pick Arlet as well. I feel like these teams are thinking a little too far ahead when I don't think it's necessary, right? Yes, you have some nice synergies to actually work with, and I think that TS is reading into this a little bit by getting rid of the Paquito, because they want to make sure that this CC is going to basically go untouched and has that winning lane almost no matter what we see from the side of Onic PH. And I think the only other option is just to play either Sandbag Heroes or Benedetta, just to not interact with their opponent, because there's a severe lack of damage from the side of Onic PH for now.
Badang is the ban for Team Spirit. They take away another Brusco pick. They take away Paquito, also thinking, I think this also reinforces the both of them are just a bit thinking too far ahead, as they are considering the possibility of that ending up in the hands of Kirk. Now the Kimmy is the last ban there for Onic.
Okay, so I don't think they go for like a Farza in the mid on Team Spirit. There's way too many answers to it. They need some sort of mid lane though. Moskov does get picked up back over to Onic PH. Still needing a Roam and an EXP. Do they go for the glue this time? With Badongon, Gatot also still open. Could be a possibility for them, I think.
I think the glue might lose in terms of map presence against the CC.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know, but I feel like as Team Spirit shows their draft one hand out to say, hey, we could be punished, they already have the answer in the other hand. So it really is dependent on Onic to kind of decide to pick their poison onto where they want to have the weak side to be. And I don't think it's going to be from Calrus. I think he's going to be totally fine. The real question is, are we going to get, once again, a disengage mechanic from Onic? Yep.
Edith Rome, Lapu EXP, Valentina in the mid.
What a draft, and that Valentina pick, that was so expected already by the side of Team Spirit with how fast they picked it. They knew that Valentina was going to be, that Edith was going to be coming out, and they're leaning into it. Getting a lot of head scratch moments from me, even from Trex.
Yeah, both drafts are interesting, I'll say that. I think Onic PH kind of lacking in damage overall. Yes, the Selena, but I don't know. It just seems both drafts seem unnecessarily hard
I agree, and I think that this time around, whoever their scrim partners are, it's kind of whack. I got to give it to TS. I think their comp is significantly better.
All right, let's see what Brigida and Nice think about the drafts heading into game number 2.
Thank you so much to the panel. Once again, welcome to the desk. Here it's me, Naisu, and Brigida. Yeah, we were scratching our heads too. You know, this is a very interesting draft, to say the least, but this is what we wanted. We wanted to see some of these variations going into this, and we have so far today. Now, mix it up a little bit more. It was very honest from TS early on in the draft. They had some things picked up. The Valentina, we don't even see that much. But over on the other side, we have seen Onic Philippines Brigida play a similar lineup, you know, even in our own region there. But we do know, hey, Super Prince loves this Selena. Maybe they can make this work, but this is not what you see often. A Selena and the Edith paired up together in the mid.
In the current meta, at least. But Kelra in the bottom lane, very, very close to finding a kill towards Hiko. But going back to what you mentioned, I agree. This isn't the first time we've seen Onic PH decide to go for a lineup that may be a bit mechanically demanding. Okay, so to answer our question, it does not matter, apparently, for Onic PH. Because even way back, you mentioned it, they've been going for the Selena go-ahead combinations, and now it's an Edith Selena that they're making it work.
Oh, this is so. I know some people saw the draft and were like, yeah, that might lack a little damage. Well, when you're landing the skill shots, when you're throwing people into the air, and you're winning a 1v1, it doesn't matter. Now, this early on, you got a nice lead there for both, but again, a lot of people that have been watching Onic Philippines for some time know that Super Prince, like, look at this. He is going to be hitting these arrows. There is a reason why teams would just ban out the Selena eventually against Onic Philippines. Now, this might be one of the games where we see that happen.
It's just so hard to move around if you're Team Spirit. Again, there's only one person with a Purify, and
it's like
that's
100%
Hiko.
right now.
So far, all of the Abyssal Arrows, they're likely to land, and it's almost guaranteed that you could just follow up with your other crowd control skills if you're already able to land the Abyssal Arrow, especially from a distance, because that guarantees a much longer stun duration. And so far, we've been seeing Onic PH take full control of the early stages of the game just by the amount of pressure that Super Prince is able to do. And there you go again, another Abyssal Arrow, nearly causing Hiko to be taken out.
Hiko's dealt with a lot of pressure here, and I know Kelra got the advantage earlier on. We'll take a look here. Who gets the grab? Okay, Kelra, is he going to go 1v1 now with Hiko?
Oh, finds the stacks. Oh my goodness.
I'm surprised Hiko put himself in that position. That he knows he has level 4, he knows he can get the crossbow off, and now they're in trouble in the mid.
Now he's 2 levels behind, and now one shot will be the next to fall. Sawo and Sunset Lover will have to do their best to keep themselves alive up against 3 members of Onic PH. There's the stun coming in towards Brusco, and they find the kill. Kid Bomba doesn't make it as well, but at least Team Spirit somehow finds some answers.
Sunset Lover is like, if you can do it, Brusco, so can I. Turned in to the Edith himself with the IMU. And that might be the case. You know, one of the things is just picking the right ultimate. Now, for the most part, that's most likely going to be Brusco on the Edith. Yep. He should be able to utilize that. But I think the most difficult part here for Team Spirit really is just kind of playing the dodge game. Like, you have to dodge a lot of these shots that are coming out from Onic Philippines. You have to be very aware even when the flickers are available, because not only can Brusco make those plays and then pop that Primal Wrath later on, but also for Kirk. We've seen this time and time now that Lapu Lapu has become more of a popular pick throughout MSC. And interestingly enough, too, there's Brusco.
Oh, Flicker set up, but the Flicker final slash as well to answer right back. Super Prince will be the first casualty in this team fight, but the heavy spin, it seems like they're trying to pin down and force Brusco away from the fight. Kirk still doing a great job on the Lapu Lapu, though, and will actually pick up a kill towards Sawo. Now there goes the energy eruption coming in from King Kong, and the Earth Shadow once again. Brusco will try his best to run away. Barely makes it, but King Kong finds a double.
King Kong and Kirk, a little different on the KK connection, making it work this time. I mean, a great juggle for both of them. We're going to take a look at the instant replay here while the gold laners duke it out, but this is what I was going to say. Brusco rolling on this Edith starts this fight out. You know, I wasn't sure if Hiko was going to follow that Spirit of Destruction, but this was a great kind of communication from Onic Philippines, where we see them go back and forth for this, clear things up, and even win this fight into winning the objective. Great choice here for them to go ahead and secure this and lock that in.
I know we might have just pointed out the entire conversation about damage and the lack of, well, not in the panel earlier, but it seems like the sustain actually worked wonders for Onic PH during that team fight, because they were able to stay in the fight long enough, especially King Kong and Kirk. And now they go for another target. It's gonna be none other than Sao, who won't be even able to use the Vengeance to reposition, granted the amount of chain CC. So they pay a bit more attention to the gold lane, which I feel has been very much favored Kelra so far. Hiko sitting on a 0-2. There have been a couple of questionable decisions in terms of his micro.
This is what I'm saying. I don't know what the difference is right now. I'm sure we'll see that in just a second here, but Kelra's 2 levels above Hiko. He's been winning the lane since it started. You know, we saw that when we got into the game, that he was the one that got Hiko really low, and then he's just kind of continued to punish. And even if a Super Friends just shows up, or anyone really, Brusco as well, they put enough pressure on Hiko that he's kind of just forced off of the turret. And that's why we see that tier 1 down. So Team Spirit might want to just kind of decide, like, do we need to just let Hiko stay to himself and go ahead and farm up? And how do we play that? You know, how do we how do we let that go?
Yeah.
Big shout out to the crowd there. They're super happy about this right now for the game 2, especially how one-sided game 1 was. You know, Team Spirit had that very decisive game 1, but it seems like Onic really in control of this one. Okay, Kelra. Nope, but hold on.
Yeah, he had to use the Purify there, but another final slash and the SOD. Hiko might decide to join this time around, but the moment he does, he gets taken out right there. Kirk and King Kong will be traded, however. There's another little arrow landing onto Kid Bomba, but Super Friends! The risky flicker in that he decided to go for. Kelra finding the stacks, but Sao immediately falls. A 3-for-3 trade so far, Naisu.
Super Prince wanted to say calculated, but that was a little miscalculated. He thought he could get it. Unfortunate for them, not. But they will go ahead and get another objective, maybe 2, once that turtle's locked in here. Again, look at this difference for the gold laners.
Oh, that's a massive lead in the hands of Kelra. Not even the heavy spin could pin him down. And he will just continue to be a threat to Team Spirit. This is going to be one of the most difficult parts of the game. If you just let the 1-1 snowball this much, you have a much harder time trying to lock down this hero, or better yet, even bursting it down, because you don't have enough damage to deal with this hero just yet, and that's only one out of the many problems you have to think about going up against Onic PH in a team fight.
Yeah, because Brigitte, you have to think about it this way, and I know our panel mentioned it. It's like the damage for Onic Philippines' lineup would traditionally need to take some time to build up, aside from, you know, of course, Super Prince here. But they've bought enough time because Kelra has scaled up so quickly in this game. Oh, but this could be a fight here.
Yeah, the curtain call was used on King Kong and as well as Kirk, but it's actually the members in the mid lane who get punished heavily by that engage. Kelra taking down 2, and they just need one last hit to take down this tier 1 in mid.
As I was saying, the scaling here for Kelra happened so quickly, and part of that wasn't even the team. Again, he did this in the lane from the start against Hiko, and Hiko is continuously playing catch-up. Now sitting at level 9 to Kelra's 12, he's multiple thousands gold behind, and this is what Super Fritz does best on the Selena. He will just continue throwing out arrows, landing them, and being a threat.
Doesn't get to dodge the Appraiser's wrath. And they were that desperate that they had to use even the heavy spin just to get away. Hiko will be trading things out for now, but there's Kirk that's up top to manage things for his team. Final stash will be committed onto him as well. We're taking a look at the top lane. Landshaker doesn't land onto Hiko, and they're trying to run away, but Super Prince, will he be able to successfully block their path? Abyssal Arrow doesn't land, but even just Kelra standing right there, you know,
he's threat enough.
It's already enough.
He's threat enough. They don't want to go toe-to-toe with that right now. They're going to lose a whole lot here. So this is now, again, a massive swing in favor of Onic Philippines. Kelra just picks up the Berserker's Fury. They're in great position to just take this Lord. I don't want to see Team Spirit contest this. I know they're around the mid. They still have Hiko up top, but it's way too late. He does throw the spear. Super Prince tanks it to the face.
Wait.
Hiko followed through with that, so they might have tried to make a play, but it's better that they don't. So Lord is secured here now for Onic Philippines.
Yeah.
We have to see if Team Spirit, down this much gold, 7,000 gold, if they have enough in the tank to hold the line, basically, with this push-in.
Yeah, I feel like they wanted to do something away from the Lord, so there were potentially less members from Onic PH and less things to risk, and at least they get something out of that downtime wherein they were unable to find at least any trade away from Onic PH. Now that they've handed over the Lord, I agree. Defending might be a huge struggle for them, considering that it's a 4K lead in the hands of Kelra in contrast to Hiko. Oh, but that's a retribution already committed by King Kong. Slows down Sao by just a bit, but at least the arrow does not land. So that's what they'll have to deal with for now. Defending and holding on to the remaining base turrets.
Trying to hold on to these holy shields, but they are going to go down up top. Lord has made its way to the bottom. An arrow's going to be thrown!
Oh no, it's Hiko. He still has the Purify though. He will not use it just yet, but the Conceal, it sounded like Onic wanted to do something, but they're going to respect that Team Spirit. They're all complete, they're all full HP, but this might be the opportunity that they're looking for. Holy Shield's already popped, however, but they're still really trying to threaten them. Oh,
got a heavy spin out.
That was a massive ultimate already expected for Team Spirit, and Kelra finds the crossbow. Dang! Connects onto one shot as well. Kid Bomba, both of them, they're very low, and they're doing their very best just to defend their base turrets. Terrified for Kirk, but that's all for now.
They lose 2 turrets, so Team Spirit's still in the game, but just like we saw in Game 1, they're the ones facing down a 10,000 gold lead for Onic Philippines. And it's a massive lead, even on the damage scale here. You're seeing how much Kelra has done.
Whoa.
They might look to just end the game if they can get a favorable setup even before this next Lord. They still have a minute to go ahead and buy some time, but TS, it just looks like they're in this position where they're not sure how this is going to go. You know, King Kong confident enough.
Oh, there's no curtain call anymore, but the heavy spin will actually be able to catch him. Tries to dash away, but it won't be
King
enough.
Kong?
That's going to be a kill over to Team Spirit. And they're going to be very happy with that. They just want those small wins for now.
I'm not sure the play there. I'm not sure if they were, you know, just trying to make it a forced situation, but it was clearly not part of the plan there. But it is just a kill that goes in the hands of Team Spirit. They do get some extra gold in the right hands here. But that's the thing. Onic Philippines is so far ahead, especially in terms of map presence, map space to work with. And with a Selena, it's even more. And that's why these traps and these arrows are paying, you know, a huge value to Onic Philippines. But it looks like TS wants to go with a play. They're going to use a conceal, but I don't think they catch anyone out.
Yeah, and I feel like it was just in time. The stacks for Kelra were still there to get some information either way. Kirk goes in with the Bravest Fighter. There's the flicker attempt as well, but they don't get to set up for anyone. So Team Spirit are able to walk away safely, but now there is the Lord.
Okay, Lord is up. They're going to go ahead and fight for this one. It looks like TS still wants to go.
Yep, there's the stun, and they definitely will be closing in, but one shot! He doesn't get to dodge the crossbow of Tam! And now Onic PH, they're looking for more. They're going to be chasing after the other members of Team Spirit.
The arrow.
The arrow, the onward, the earth shatter, everything just lands on Sunset Lover.
Unfortunate for Team Spirit. I'm surprised they got a position for that Lord take, but with one shot being caught out and then just collapsed on, they had no other choice, no other space to work around. Enough for Onic Philippines. They might already have this one in the bag, and the Lord is making its way up top. They have the base turret in the mid to work on, but I don't even know if they're going to wait for it. Right now, they still come up. Sunset Lover less than 10 seconds away. Team Spirit should be in a full fighting force to defend this, but they have to play dance here. They have to dodge these arrows and get ready for this Lord. The traps are all set up. Super Prince,
That didn't land! That attempt from Sao didn't land, and now the heavy spin is going to be burned as well. They're only going to try to go after King Kong, but he is too tanky, and they still have to deal with the Lord. And now they will successfully try and attempt to deal with it, but Sao trying to distract the other members won't be enough because Super Prince will just gain access to the members in the back line. It's a 2-for-1 trade so far, however, but there's still a wave coming in the mid lane. Kid Bomba will be trying his best, but he gets to receive the onward and the Earth Shatter. Final flash committed on to Brusco, and they pop the immortality for now.
Do they have enough damage? They still have the waves pushing in, and Mlbb tries to do it, but the crossbow tag from Kelra's enough to clean it up, and that will be one more for Saulo, but a game going.